I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy. We're right on time, which is early, but we're right on time.
Early.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use, like when you're out on a trip, or for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thanks so much for joining us on our keto journey.
Yep, we're super early today. Take that off if you want.
Oh, thank you. That's more comfortable.
Well, so we're going to be going to day 2 of the Low Carb USA Boca Raton conference. And we're like, you know what? We should get going, do the live stream a bit earlier than normal so that we don't have to stress about it and all of that. So, yeah, very early. If you happen to be on the West Coast, what are you doing awake? It's 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning.
On a Saturday.
Actually, it's 4:30, isn't it?
What were we thinking?
Yeah,
4:30. It was 5:30.
Well, it's 3 hours in Pacific.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Our house is 5:30. Your house is 4:30.
Anyway, but we got some East Coasters. What did they say?
DH says good morning. Chris Jones says, well, good morning,
Chris.
y'all. Red Wine says good morning, Chow Dogs from Colby, Kansas City.
Ooh.
Oh, Laney is here. Hi, all early birds. DH says got the rest of the sweet flavors on journey of trying all the sweet flavors and making notes of my favorite. Perfect.
Nice. That's a good way to do it.
Great plan. Heather's here. Good morning. Red Wine said super early means super chow. Right.
Well, it was either do it now or try to fit it in during lunch sometime.
Yep.
So we decided to do it early now.
Chris Jones says, already had chocolate mint this morning, if you can believe it. Yummy.
Nice.
Teresa's here. Good morning. Hey, Joe. Oh, my gosh.
Hey.
I can't say his name now.
We saw you yesterday. What the heck?
I haven't left the house. See you soon. We got a foot of snow.
That says Heather? Oh, nice.
Heather. No clue how Phil is going to get home.
Oh,
from
no.
work. Oh, man.
I've had times like that where, like, I had to stop in the street, get out, go and shovel the driveway just so I could park. So.
Yeah. Kay's here. Good morning from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yes. Adrian, Sherry, and I was saying Laney, but it's probably Lanny. I'm East Coast, but still in bed. Oh, I'm so glad you're still in bed.
I somehow turned off my alarm last night, but I woke up at 6:09.
Wow.
I meant to wake up at 6, so I could go to the bathroom and
get ready for the
take
day.
a shower and everything like that. Debbie says still freezing morning from New Jersey.
Yes.
It's 55 out today.
Bit chilly today. I thought I put this on the right way.
Apparently
I
not.
Still put it on backwards. Jill's here from Missouri. Did you already just say that when I wasn't paying attention? Diane says good morning from Indiana. It was really great seeing you too. KK loved it. Oh yeah, that was fun. So I was thinking this morning when I said my little intro about the whole accountability thing. I know we haven't really talked about like our own accountability with you. Like I know Autumn does her cute little weight, and I know Wendy and Harry does that, and I think we don't do that sort of thing because we want to talk about Keto Chow, but it does help us be accountable because I do feel like I'm not portraying what I believe in if I'm not staying true to what I am doing. So I feel like I need to be honest, and I can't be honest on the live stream if I'm dishonest eating foods that I have decided not to eat, right?
Okay.
Not just I'm not supposed to. So that was something I was thinking about when we were kind of talking about that. Since we talked
it's
about
9 degrees in Michigan.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's cold.
So yesterday started off the day with Dr. Ken Berry talking about how you can predict
type 2 diabetes.
Type 2 diabetes years ahead of time.
10 years ahead of time.
And one of the things that he looks for is C-peptide. It was kind of interesting because when your pancreas produces the stuff that will eventually be insulin, that gets broken apart into insulin and C-peptide.
Mm-hmm.
And so if your pancreas is producing insulin, then you'll also see a corollary of C-peptide.
Yeah.
And he likes C-peptide because you can test for that even when people aren't fasting.
Yeah.
And
he was saying that like 4:30 when people come in and they're worried and they don't have lots of time.
Yeah, or noon or whatever.
Just get a C-peptide score and that'll give you somewhere to start.
Yeah. But it also is nice because he has he's talked to a couple people that they thought that they were a type 2 diabetic, and they're actually a type 1 diabetic. Or vice versa. They thought that they were a type 1 diabetic, but they have a lot of C-peptide. And he's like, you're not a type 1. Your pancreas is working.
Yeah, because it's making the C-peptide score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. And Dr. Barry was in rare form. And he also talked about his dog, Blue.
He's usually in rare form.
And it was a hypothetical. Later on, he's like, okay, my neighbor wasn't actually poisoning my dog, which was about the story that Blue was barking, so his neighbor was slowly poisoning his dog.
Yeah.
The dog stopped barking, its coat looked terrible, all that sort of stuff. And then once he had his neighbor arrested, which of course wasn't a true story, but then Blue, well, he's like, we wouldn't talk about Blue being put into remission of mercury poison. No, he was cured of mercury poisoning.
Because the mercury poisoning stopped because what's-his-name got arrested.
Yes. And so when you're talking about, I guess legally you're not able to say that you cured someone's diabetes, type 2 diabetes mellitus. What do I just call it? Diabetes. But because type 1 is different. Anyway. You can't say that you cured it, but we talk about it being put into remission, or that they are no longer, what's the word? They don't have the symptoms. They're asymptomatic of type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
Because, medical companies don't like you saying that, or nobody likes you saying that you cured diabetes.
Yeah.
He goes ahead and says it, though. But it was a really interesting talking about how you can predict someone will be diabetic years ahead of time.
Yeah.
Oh, Heather says he told that story in Omaha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he likes to tell that story.
And that's the same type of thing. So I heard a video, I don't know, it wasn't a video podcast. What do you call it? A video interview with Bronson and Temple.
Okay.
What's her last name? Do you remember?
No.
She's here. She has a really long, beautiful, curly hair. Anyway, one of the videos that Bronson just barely posted of him and this girl, Temple, and she had PCOS. Well, she reversed her PCOS, but on her chart now you can't tell that she had ever had it, except that they won't allow you not to have it on the history.
It's in remission.
It's like the same thing. It says it's in remission, but it's still not there. But the thing that was nice that Dr. Barry pointed out is like, well, if you start eating the poison again, what's going to happen? And so I think that is important to remember. Like, just because you are doing better now doesn't mean that you can't go back and have the bad health again.
Yeah.
And so that's something we just have to.
I'm a real boy now.
Have to remember. I think that with the story with Blue put that into perspective. Like, if he was being poisoned, we are poisoning ourselves by eating too much sugar. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting. And then Brian Letsky's, how do you say his last name? Am I saying it right?
I think it's Lenski's.
Lenski's? Brian L. Yeah, he actually talked about people that were healthy who were just trying to lose weight, who didn't have type 2, who he put on a continuous glucose monitor, the Freestyle Libre, and then he connected to them so he could see it, and then they had accountability. And every time they had a spike or even a rise, like he could contact them and be like, what happened?
So, what happened?
What are you doing? And he was talking about how getting the people metabolically better, then a lot of times if they did have a moment where they had a carb, it didn't raise.
Yeah. We talked about a lady who had eaten some stuff for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And saw a huge rise. And then the following year, he's like, so what did you have? She's like, I ate the same stuff. Like, oh, well, it didn't go up this time.
Yeah. But all of the time, she ate really well, except for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and his whole thing, it was continuing to scroll up, so I just stopped it from doing that so that we can know where we are. But his whole thing was there's sometimes when Big Brother is a good thing, and he was talking about in the context, because this show is more of for doctors to find tools to help their patients and in a clinical setting. It's less of a consumer show like Omaha was, and more of a help for medical professionals. And so it was talking about ways that you can help your patients. And yeah, but the continuous glucose monitor thing was really interesting.
It was really cool.
And he runs a clinic where they don't accept insurance at all.
Yeah, it's just cash only.
Cash only.
And most of it is just video. So you could do it anywhere.
Yep.
Madeline says it's balmy 10 degrees in Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
And Lanny says 4 degrees outside here.
Negative 30 wind chill.
Ooh,
that sounds delightful.
That cuts, yeah. Let's see.
Adrienne says she's been watching Dr. Barry the last few days.
Nice.
Need to change doctor due to insurance, but I have a list of labs I want to get.
Well, and another thing that he reminded us is, it's his classic line, right? You either change your doctor or you change your doctor, right? So something he was saying is that doctors and nurses are just chicks and dudes, is what he kept saying. Like, they're just people like us. And yes, they have learned all the things, but that doesn't mean they don't make mistakes. And if you question them and they make you feel inferior, you should not be going to them anyway.
Was it him or Dr. Lensky's that said a really good thing to do is to say, hey, you're recommending I go and take on the statin or something like that.
Yeah.
And I know that you're super busy. Can you have one
of your nurses?
One of your nurses print off the studies, the medical literature that you're basing that decision on? And they'll be like, oh, what? Let's see, we need to get through the comments because we actually need to go.
Okay.
Oh, Heather says, I'm forever a former smoker on my medical charts.
Yeah.
Carrie says, Chris and Miriam in the car. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. KC90 got a nice variety packs coming from y'all today.
Nice.
Some flavors I haven't had in a while. Some vanilla, salted caramel, pistachio, strawberry, and I had to snag a few more gingerbread.
Nice.
Oh, I really like gingerbread. I had that hot the other day, and it was so delightful. Adrian says it's much light out where you
yeah, it is much lighter.
Yeah. Yes.
We are on the east
daytime,
coast.
Which is why we feel like it's fine to be out here at 7:30 in the morning.
Yep.
At 5:30 when we're at home. And our kids are sleeping in.
Carrie says it's 60 degrees in Texas. We're going in for a cold front. Oh, nice. Casey's 90 says 28 in here in Kansas City with 4 inches of snow. Yikes. We haven't got any snow here in Florida, though we have had 2 lizards in our car.
Yeah, in our car. Like, we got in the car, we opened the door, and the lizard was already waiting for us.
And then we got in the car again, and there was a lizard, like, on the dashboard.
And we were like, how did you get in here?
So I opened the door, and I'm like, shoo!
Get out. We should have named them. That's so funny.
I did get a nice picture of it.
I have never had a lizard in my car before, unless I put it in there myself with the cage. Heather says, aww. Casey90 said, I remember reading one time that in 4 years of medical school, it's like 10 or less hours doctors get in nutrition, which clearly isn't nearly enough.
Lisa says, good morning from Gettysburg. Nice.
Oh, how cool.
Okay, well, we need to go. Okay. They're going to be starting.
Yeah, we got to get a seat.
Yes. So,
I think Siobhan's first.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Hopefully we can do a
regular live stream again someday.
Yeah.
If
well,
not, we'll do it on Monday.
Monday we'll be able to do a regular live stream because the conference is over tomorrow, and we won't be streaming tomorrow, but we will be streaming on Monday. So,
yeah.
Okay. Well, we got to go. Have a great day, everybody.
Have a good day. Remember.